Next on the news, he was once the chef of 2 successors of St. Peter, but this Catholic cook says he had yet another higher calling.
This is my mission in the life. I prepare the food for the people.
A series of unholy acts at a Queen's parish. None of these statues were physically damaged, but they were desecrated. Plus,
bless these children today and the animals they hold in their hands.
A modern twist on a centuries-old St. Francis of Assisi feast day tradition. We show you the blessing of the stuffed animals at one Catholic Academy. I'm Katie Vasquez. Currents News starts right now. Over in Soho, you can now get some heavenly dishes that were once served at the Holy See. The head chef of the new Manhattan restaurant, Chef Salvo, is creating divine culinary creations that he used to prepare for 2 different popes. He says it's all part of his call to serve good food to people of every faith.
Fettuccine Casa Salvo.
Chef Salvo Lo Castro is making sure all the Mediterranean dishes at his restaurant, Casa Salvo, are perfect.
Manda, por favor.
The one that holds the fondest memories of his childhood in Sicily are the meatballs his mother and grandmother made.
I prepared the meatballs, the traditional recipe from Sicily. The taste is incredible. And I remember that the secret with the meatballs is not the meatballs, but the sauce.
When he opened in Soho in July, he knew it was one of the items that had to go on the menu. And it's one of many meals he's received praise for by not 1, but 2 Holy Fathers.
I work for John Paul II and for Papa Benedict. I prepare meatballs, I prepare fish, beef, pasta, gnocchi, everything. My menu in this restaurant is 36 years of my work in one menu. With the experience in the Vatican.
Salvo worked at the Vatican as a chef for 10 years, cooking up meals for the pontiffs and others. While many would be intimidated being in the presence of the leader of the Universal Church, Salvo didn't sweat it.
This is my first love for the kitchen, and okay, this is my mission in the life. I prepare the food for the people.
But as a Catholic, he understood how important his job was.
If I look at the television, I look at the Pope, and I'm a rival chef of the Pope. These are very big dreams. And Pope John Paul is my Pope. Pope Benedict is a very incredible man.
He's excited about the newest Holy Father, Pope Leo XIV, who he has yet to meet.
I love so much Pope Leo.
But whether he's serving a pope or a regular New Yorker, he puts the same amount of effort into each plate.
For me, every people is the Pope. Every guest is a king or a queen or president. Looks delicious. You too can try these heavenly dishes. Just go to casasalvonyc.com to reserve a table or a private dining experience. Pope Leo XIV is honoring his predecessor, presiding over a conference that celebrates one of Pope Francis's most popular encyclicals. 10 years after the former Holy Father wrote Laudato Si', Pope Leo led a conference on climate change at Castel Gandolfo. The pontiff blessed a block of ice representing protection for nature and expressed his gratitude to Pope Francis for bringing awareness to God's creation.
Let us give thanks to our Father in heaven for this gift we have inherited from Pope Francis. The challenges identified in Laudato Si' are in fact even more relevant today than they were 10 years ago. These challenges are of a social and political nature, but first and foremost of a spiritual nature. They call for conversion. Terminator actor Arnold Schwarzenegger was also at the conference, and he called Pope Leo an action hero. Some kids from the Pope's hometown of Chicago are about to see the pontiff in person. The 5th graders from Our Lady of Mount Carmel Catholic Academy drew the world's attention after they held a mock conclave months ago during Pope Leo's election. Now, as Currents News' Jenna McDermott reports, they are preparing to head to Rome to see the first American Pope in person.
At Our Lady of Mount Carmel Academy, 5th graders like Cameron Smith
What page is that on?
and Augie Wilk try their best to focus. Forgive any kid who appears distant. Their minds are understandably elsewhere.
I feel like the conclave has gotten somehow more of a big deal and more popular.
2 different summer camp teachers asked me about the conclave, me and Augie together.
It is time for our conclave to begin.
Last May, the kids took part in a mock conclave complete with cardinal costumes and white smoke. After electing their pope, the schoolyard felt like St. Peter's Square. Now, 5 months later, they're going to the real St. Peter's Square to see the new pope from Chicago in person.
Yeah, they've planned this whole trip and now we get to go to Rome.
And it's kind of hard to focus on learning when you're going to a different country the next week.
Just days before the trip, the kids hosted a special guest.
The Pope's brother came with an Augustinian priest.
They met the Pope's brother, but next week,
We actually might meet the Pope, which is so out of this world.
the kids will attend a general audience with Pope Leo XIV, and they'll be dressed to impress.
Bagging up our clothes for Rome.
Jenna McDermott, Currents News.
While Pope Leo made history as the first American pope, a new religious leader is making history in England. 63-year-old Sarah Mullally is the first woman to become the Church of England's Archbishop of Canterbury. She previously was the first woman to serve as the Bishop of London. The Archbishop of Canterbury is the spiritual leader of 85 million Anglicans worldwide. They're often called on to speak at significant national moments, presiding over major royal events, including the recent coronation of King Charles. Turning now to multiple unholy acts at a Queen's parish. The pastor of St. Mary's, Star of the Sea, reporting 3 statues at the Far Rockaway church were desecrated Wednesday night into Thursday morning. The suspect put a cone on the head of St. Therese, laundry hooks on the hands of Jesus, and wrapped Mary in a garbage bag. The main statue at the parish's St. Gertrude Church was also wrapped in garbage bags. The NYPD filed a harassment report. In Manhattan, a church worker was attacked after telling a couple not to block the doors. The 67-year-old sexton at Holy Cross Church near Times Square confronted the man, who officials say appeared to be rolling a joint, before snapping a picture of the couple and going inside to call 911. They reportedly followed him inside, snatching his phone and punching him in the forehead. The sexton was taken to the hospital, where a witness said he got 6 stitches and a tetanus shot. Finally, tonight, a Queen's Catholic Academy celebrated the feast of St. Francis of Assisi early by bringing in their stuffed animals for a blessing.
Bless these children today and the animals they hold in their hands. All animals.
Pastor Father Daniel Kingsley prayed over the cuddly friends at St. Clare Catholic Academy after sharing with students the story of St. Francis of Assisi on Friday. Second grader Emma Pagis says she, like her fellow classmates, was excited to bring her stuffed animal to school. But Father Kingsley hopes students take home a bigger message.
I think as we see, which was the teaching of Pope Francis, now the teaching of Pope Leo, that we have one common home, the earth, and that its care is the concern of us all.
Father Kingsley blessed my animal. She always wanted to go to the school.
On Saturday, the parish will be blessing real animals for the feast day of St. Francis of Assisi. If you get your pet blessed this weekend or simply want to set your adorable pet shared here on our newscast, just email us at newstips@desalesmedia.org. That is this Currents News Update. I'm Katie Vasquez. Thank you for joining us, because we are putting your faith in news. Hope to see you again next time.